Now to the latest on that hijacked plane in Egypt. Passengers escaping on live TV. A man now in custody, accused of holding people hostage, claiming he was wearing a suicide belt. ABC's Terry Moran has new developments in the investigation. Good morning, Terry.
Good morning, Robin. Well, we're learning a lot more today about that alleged hijacker. And it's fair to say he's not your typical hijacker. Seif Eldin Mustafa, a 58-year-old, lovelorn Egyptian with a history of petty crime, who's now in a heap of trouble. This morning, Seif Mustafa appeared in court in Cyprus and flashed a V for victory or peace sign as he left. Investigators say he will eventually be sent back to Egypt to face serious charges. The flight was bound for Cairo with 72 people on board. In this new surveillance footage of Mustafa right before the hijacking, you can see him casually walking through a metal detector, then patted down, a thorough check, just before picking up his bag and walking away from the security.
The motive is something that we're going to investigate what happened.
Egypt's prime minister announced that the suspect made no specific demands, but he did ask to speak to his former wife, who lives in Cyprus. This after he released most of the passengers, but kept several others and crew members hostages for hours. Mustafa claimed he was wearing a suicide belt, which turned out to be a crude fake, just a bunch of cell phone cases and a few wires. FARAH EL-DIBANY was sitting near the front of the plane.
Well, I thought we'll either end up in the sea, he will just take the plane, crash it in the sea and just die, or he's gonna explode.
As the tense hours dragged on, some passengers were seen sprinting away from the plane across the tarmac, and this video captured one man's daring escape out of the cockpit window. Mustafa surrendered nearly 7 hours after the ordeal began. Heavily armed police immediately seized him and took him into custody right on the tarmac. According to Egyptian authorities, Mustafa has a history of petty crime, including forgery, impersonation, burglary, and drug dealing. And overnight, we're learning a lot more about this incredible photo. 26-year-old Ben Innes posing with the hijacker just before running across the tarmac to safety. Mr. Innes told a British paper, "I'm not sure why I did it. I just threw caution to the wind while trying to stay cheerful in the face of adversity." Mustafa faces hijacking, kidnapping, and other charges, and he's likely to head back to Egypt for a prison sentence. David and Robin?
Yeah, all that playing out as we were sitting here yesterday morning.
That's right.
All right, Terry, thanks very much.